I've One Messy Coder back again with another live dev interview, this time with the Unity humour legend himself, Secret Anorak. So sit back, enjoy, and I'll see you all in a second. Everyone in chat, give a massive messy welcome to the one, the only, the legend that is Secret Anorak. Welcome to the stream, buddy.
Hello. I'm actually waving here as well, which I realise is useless, but I'm going to do it anyway. Hi. Oh, hello.
So we got a good chat here. Laura's waving back. I like to point out that the only reason Laura's here on my stream is because I'm interviewing you. Thank you, No Name, for the follow. And we've got a lot of people who are in just for you. You've got a massive following.
Shucks, you guys, really?
Well, you're pretty much a celebrity when it comes to Oooh, especially because everyone says cough cough cough. The only reason that they know how to use it is because of you, and I'm one of those people as well.
How very kind. The 144 videos that I've got up there, hopefully one of them got through to somebody somewhere. So yeah, I appreciate that. It's really nice people think that.
But it's true, mate. I mean, let me put some nice background video on while. I say, I put some on, but there's no screen behind me. There we go. And with the famous Secret Anorak introduction. So just
you need to share that with me so I can see and I can comment.
Yeah, I need to start the share screen.
Production values.
There you go. Thank you for reminding me that I haven't actually shared my window with you. Yeah, that's good, isn't it? I'm useful. There you go, pal.
Oh, look at that guy.
Oh, look at that, lifting the leg up. There you go.
Oh, we're living the dream right here, right now. Yes. Yeah.
The power of unity. Waving a leg.
When I recorded that video, I thought, yeah, this entire series, because I made a series before this, which I've taken off air. For the original humour, it's changed so much that I thought, scrap that. Let's do a new series. This time it's going to be big. I'm going to put Mordor in it. We're going to have graphics flying around. I'm going to be funny. Yeah. That lasted about 3 videos. As it goes on, it gets drier and drier and more dull. So I do apologise if I've falsely advertised what was coming.
I remember your first Oooh series where you had the MS Paint diagrams and you were explaining the whole logic here. And I was like, this is great. This is how it should be. And then that was before I was making any videos, and I was like, oh, this is what I need to be doing. And then 2 videos in of making your own videos, I'm like, oh, I can't.
Nah, let's just get this done.
Yeah. You'll even notice that some of my reviews have got the little animated icons and stuff, logo, little GIFs for the ratings and stuff. Like, this was given 4 goblins out of 5 or 3 toilets out of 5. And then other ones, I'm just like, 4 out of 5, go on, let's get to the next video. I ain't got time for this editing anymore. Let's do it. It's just next one. Come on, chop.
God, yeah. I spent ages on this. And it's, yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
So what got you into it in the first place? I mean, are you a background on a like famous 3D artist, and this all came naturally to you?
No. But I imagine I've got a similar story to almost everybody who's in this channel and everybody who plays with Oooh or anything like that. In that as a kid, I always wanted to make games. And I still haven't done it yet, but I moved on and I grew up and I went to school, and obviously what I did, I was so focused. It was my dream always to make games or art for games. So I did what everyone who's following the dreams did at that time, which was get an apprenticeship as a mechanical engineer and went to work in a factory. Yeah, it wasn't quite what I'd planned. And from there, I kind of regretted it and always wanted to play with and steer my career back towards this sort of thing. So I ended up doing a lot of CAD and design. So I've done a lot of industrial design, and I kind of found 3ds Max and things like that in what I was doing, and I loved the idea of art and using the CAD stuff, the boring stuff, to make art with. Yeah, and years and years and years in the wilderness of not doing anything until Unity came along, and yeah, I'm sure we've all played with Unity for a long time, and when you first saw it, it's like, wow, it opens up so many doors. And there was one particular point, one Christmas, when this piece of software called Oooh suddenly appeared in a news feed somewhere. Oh, we're going to give this away free. And wow, it blew me away. It's like everything I could ever want. So I downloaded it, opened it up, played the demos, tried to do it myself, and almost threw my keyboard across the room because it was absolutely impenetrable. So this is back at the very first released version of Oooh. Just could not get it to do anything I wanted it to do. Horrendous. And yeah, from there, that was it. It was, well, I'm not going to let this beat me. I'm going to pull this apart like a puzzle, and that's what I did. So when you saw my first video, that was actually me so delighted that I had worked out how to use this maze of a piece of software that had been written by some guys. I just had to show the world, look, I understand this. I'm really clever. So it's more showing off than anything, I think, when I did that first video. But since then, it's kind of, the more I got into it, it was a bit like piano lessons. As I learned something, I'd release a video, and that's kind of what you see now. It's basically just me continuing to do that because I'm always learning something new about it. There you go.
I love this. I'll just pause this video here. Wears a red suit. Knows if you've been naughty or nice. Great power, great responsibility. God, Santa, Spider-Man, Spanish Inquisition. Wears a red suit. Knows if you've been naughty or nice.
What was the point I was trying to make there? It's
this is from StephenWildish.co.uk. So I can't say that it hasn't come from your great mind, but
no, God, no. Nothing does. Nothing does. I just explain it. What was that? If you watch that video, it actually illustrates a point. Not a very good one, but it was a funny clip.
I love that. Laura's just pointing out that she's here by personal invitation. So I grabbed hold of her on Discord and I was like, guess who's coming for tea? Guess who's coming? That's right. Finally got him. Tied him down. I'll give him back his puppies when he's finished the stream. Question here, why is Puxton Gaming? I wonder why Oooh is free. They could make so much money with it.
Well, this was it. I mean, it was a guy called Fernando Ribeiro. I'm sure he'll kill me for murdering his second name, Ribeiro.
Is he? What happened to him? Is he still around?
No, he's not really part of the community anymore. I think some of the guys are still in touch with him. So the original guys, as far as I could pick up, it was Fernando and let's use our made-up names, Unlogic and Kurtz. I think the original guys who were there when I first started using Oooh. And they'd create this wonderful thing. I think Fernando was an artist, a Blender artist, and he wanted something to make customizable characters. And like it was being said in chat, I think there was some Unity actually had some input on it. I think they funded it and moved it forward. So it is basically was created by these guys originally. But since then, there's so many very, very talented people have come along and added to it and expanded it, and it's, for me, the fact that it's free is wonderful. Everybody has donated so much of their time to making something so incredible, and the help that they'll give to people, and somebody says I want a feature, and oh yeah, I can add that. It's the biggest thing about Oooh is it's not just a character system, it's a community. It really is. And it's I think I've made some really great friends in the time that I've been doing it. I'm basically just the loudmouth who talks about it, but the real stuff that goes on underneath, it's absolutely incredible. If you get to know these guys, what they can do is astounding. Well, you can see it in front of your eyes.
We've got another member of the Uma community in the chat actually with us, who's. I mean, I had a short link. I had a short link for you. Let me find you. Let me find one of my short. Got so many short links because we had an asset giveaway. If somebody puts an exclamation mark Uma stuff in chat, that one also works. You can get a link straight to the asset store where they've got Uma stuff. That is, and that's another thing. The asset store. You're saying you can see people adding more and more assets in Uma clothes, Uma models, Uma hair.
Yeah, it seems like lately these past few months, it's really got some traction. It's really taken off. I can see it in my channel. The amount of subs that I get now has rocketed in the past 6 months. Again, I don't know whether that's to do with activism or because they've got that as part of their system, or people have just finally noticed that it's a serious alternative.
An alternative, and then you got the other one, which is morph.
I'm sorry, I don't recognise that term.
Yeah, don't get me started. Don't get me started on that. But I mean, you got one that actually is free and is supported. Well, kind of supported still. I don't know if it still is. Is it still supported by Unity?
No, not anymore. Not anymore. It was some time ago, but I think when it was released, they kind of let it fly after that.
Fly, my pretties.
Exactly.
You're mature now. You can do what you want. Just clean up after yourself.
I think the support that you get behind it now, yeah, it's incredible. It's incredible. The guys, there's so many really clever guys who are so happy to help with it. I think one of the big mistakes people make is to think it's going to be super, super easy.
Yeah, yes.
It's a lot easier than it used to be. It's an awful lot easier than it used to be. But still, when you think about what you're actually doing, it's probably the simplest way to do it.
Well, the thing that is, like, everyone says that they don't use Uma because it doesn't look good. Right?
Oh, see, I'm sucking on a pipe now and just swilling my brandy in my high back leather chair, thinking, oh, these.
And whenever you say, "Oh, I'm using Uma in my game," they go, "Oh, but that looks so crap." And to be fair, back when Uma 1 came out and that Uma model was good at the time, in my opinion, comparative to other models I saw in the asset store. The only problem is that other artists drifted to the Unity asset store, and the quality of the models and what people's expectations of what they were wanting to make in their projects. Well, especially people thinking that they can spend $30 on a model and get the equivalent of a AAA character that a studio would have spent weeks or months on. But yeah, regardless of that, so people saying, oh, okay, yeah, Uma doesn't look good. And then you've got the new models, the will be models that look different. And then you've got the stuff now from O3N, Uma, who's in the chat, who gave us his NEIK in the massive giveaway last time. If anyone wants to do an exclamation mark NEIK in chat.
You've got to remember that the models haven't actually changed. I think we've got a slightly higher res mesh for the head, but the models themselves have not changed.
And it's just the skin.
Gave us some beautiful new skins, so we no longer have purple Umas like we used to. But that hasn't actually changed. The O3N stuff, okay, from Uma, that's beautiful. That really is nice. And I think you've got to remember what it was originally designed for. It was thought of as a system for an MMO. So low poly count, lots and lots of characters being generated on screen at once, I think was the original intention behind it. But obviously you can do all sorts of different things with it. People want AAA look. which is why once you get into it, you can see you can put any model you like into it. Yeah, you can create an Uma out of anything.
Oh, talking about creating an Uma out of anything, we've got Eva in chat who keeps on dropping that she's looking for some wyverns. Eva's looking for some wyverns.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What could you possibly have? That...
I don't know what she's going to do with them.
Well, that's a nice logo, isn't it?
Yeah. I like. There you go. Look at that. You have a little splat as it goes down.
Thank you, Fiverr.com.
Really?
Oh, did I just ruin the magic? Oh,
hang on.
No.
Hang on. Because I've had experience with Fiverr.com and it has not been good.
Really?
Yeah. Shocking. Shocking experience.
Oh, dear. I've done a couple of things with them, and yeah, I was quite happy with Fiverr. I think you've got to shop around like anything. You've got to look at the reports and look at the feedback.
Oh, they're all fake. They're all fake. I think it's just you just got to be recommended someone. It's word of mouth. If you go by someone who recommends you, it's like anything. It's like finding somebody to make your models for your game or your artwork for your game. If you just go, oh, this person's stuff looks nice, and you delve straight in, you're going to be throwing the dice. But if you know somebody who's worked with them before and they can vouch and you know the quality of it, then yeah, I think that's what's important.
Fair dues, fair dues. I must have just been lucky.
Yeah, I think you're always lucky. You're lucky in life, lucky in love.
Well, yeah, I would say so.
So, I mean, how long did it take you then to go? We're playing this video and it's just you chatting for ages. So I'm going to fast forward to like.
I do apologise. I do waffle on.
There you go.
There's your wyvern. Look.
And it's a wyvern because the arms are in the wings.
That's right.
There you go.
You know your fantasy diary, don't you? Good man.
So yeah. So how long so you got picked up Uma 1 around Christmas time, and then when did you make that video? What's the gap between the two? So how long did it take you?
Oh, I think once I'd really set my mind to unraveling Uma, it probably took until the following November.
No, what?
Well, it's something I looked at and thought, I just can't decipher that. And I put it down and forgot about it. Then messing around, I thought, I need a character system. I looked at the other bits and wasn't so happy. And let's have a look at this Uma again. And it must have been 3 or 4 times I went back to it to pick it up and just dropped it again because I just could not get my head around it. You've got to remember, I'm self-taught as C#, and I was only really picked it up once I first picked up Unity. So yeah, I'm not an expert in picking code apart. So it must have been, like I say, about a year before I truly decided I'm going to have to work out how this works. And first time I managed to generate my own Uma by butchering one of the example pieces that actually came with Uma. I was just could not believe it. Then I discovered the guys in the forum, taxed their brains and asked them how it all works, and that's how it moved from there. So, but yeah, it was definitely a good 3 times I dropped it again because it was just so impenetrable.
I do not feel so stupid now.
No, there you go.
Thank you.
It's great
because I felt so dumb not being able to understand it until I watched your videos, and even then I had to watch it like 3 times and take it step by step.
This is it. I mean, like I've said in my videos, I go through the pain so that you don't have to. So a lot of it is me unraveling stuff and getting it wrong so many times, and then you only ever see the correct solution. Wow, he's so clever. He managed to do that. No. This was trial and error for years. It got me to where I am. So basically banging my head against a brick wall until it came out right.
So when did you work out that you had to chop up a wyvern or a horse and make it into an Uma?
I think it's only when I actually, because there's layers. It's to be like Shrek. Uma is like an onion. It's there are so many layers in there. The outer surface is working out how slots and overlays work to swap them in and out. And then underneath, when you look, what's this DNA stuff? What's all that about? And you work that out, how to actually change the shape of things. And once you see that, it suddenly all comes together that, well, that could be anything. That could be absolutely anything. So you make a cube with 2 cylinders and turn that into an Uma, and then it clicks. Then it clicks, and you build, once you've built it from the ground up, that character, which you can see in Uma 301. We do that from the ground up. What's
the weirdest thing you've turned into an Uma?
The weirdest thing?
Yeah.
It was a stick with an eyeball in it. That's probably one of my first new races. This was, obviously I thought I'd put a lot into the modelling here, so stick with an eyeball, because I wanted 2 slots. Something nice and easy. That's it. That works. I think you've seen the aeroplane that I did. I think Uma now, it has a car in there. In the actual example, when you download it, one of the example scenes, there's an Uma car.
I've not seen that, no.
Ah, there you go. You need the latest version.
I want to see, what was his name? Sticky McStickface?
Sticky McStickface. No, you can christen him that if you want. Do you know what? Let me just have a little browse. I don't think I have got that.
Sticky McEyeball.
Sticky McEyeball. If I've still got that video, I will find it for you right now.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Oh man. So I feel so much better, because I thought, you just picked up Uma, immediately clicked, you made these videos. We've got a question here from Crazy Weasel Game Studios that a lot of people asking me this, what I wanted to talk to you about. Thoughts on DK Uma? Do they have any association with the Uma team? And everyone's asking, should they be getting DK Uma or not? What is it?
Right. I have had very little to do with DK Uma. I don't know an awful lot about it, but when I did look at it, back in the early days of Uma 1, before the DCS clothing system, you had to do everything manually. So if you wanted to put a shirt on to a guy, you'd have to say, put this slot on and put this overlay on that shirt. And if you wanted to swap out an item of clothing, Uma had no idea that there was a shirt there. You could pile slots and overlays on top of each other, and clothing wasn't clothing, if you like. And I believe DK Uma was somebody's attempt to actually create another layer on top of Uma. Again, there's that onion. Another layer on top of Uma, which recognised things as pieces of clothing. Now, since then, since Uma 2.5, we've had the DCS system, which basically Uma recognises things as items of clothing. So I've never understood precisely what DK Uma brings to the table, because it was something that was paid for at one point. I just didn't touch it. Yeah. So unfortunately, when people say, "What is DK Uma?" I don't really know. I don't know what you would use it for. Somebody out there must.
There we go. We've got people in chat. I have used DK a bit. Looks like he had a lot of good tools, but very little documentation. Their videos are hard to watch with a computer-generated voice. Oh, a computer-generated voice. So, thoughts on Will B's Uma assets? Oh, well, Will B, his stuff, I would actually say sometimes, in my opinion, Will B stuff is hit and miss. Because some of the stuff that I've seen is really beautiful, and other stuff that I've seen isn't.
Again, I'm not one to criticise anybody's art, because mine's appalling. But I think they've released one asset on the store, which I immediately took down.
Oh, is that your hair? Because I can't find your hair.
No, that's still there. The hair is still there. No, I did some orcs a while back.
Oh, I remember your orcs.
Yeah, they were awful. I was robbing people with those, so I took that down. Luckily, I think the people who supported me with that were being very generous and patting me on the head. But yeah, I mean, generally, art's subjective, isn't it? I like Will B's stuff. I think the thing you've got to remember, and the thing if you get a lot of items of clothing, is you've got to really design them to all work together. So you need every single set of trousers to work with every single top. And that's not always the case, even with the same artist. So you kind of got to watch out for that, which is where that whole thing of Uma being, oh, I don't like these models. Yeah, it's a system for you to build all of that on. And I think someone like Umut, who's creating, I'm saying Umut. Is it Umut or Umut or I don't know? It's terrible. Is it Uma or Yuma?
Oh yeah, don't get me started. I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you on that one.
All these years I've been saying Uma, but is that right?
Because I heard somebody else call it Uma, and I was calling it Yuma. So I was like, all right, I've got to go and call it Uma.
Tomato, let's go.
We were like, we need a double O.
Anyway, Umut, or O3N, he's created his own set of races, and he's now doing his own clothing range. He sounds like Versace, doesn't he? His new clothing range for his Umas. And because he is so embedded in what Uma is, I'm sure every single piece of his clothing will be very carefully planned to work with every other piece, and that's not something I've seen from any other artist, if I'm brutally honest.
I would ask one question, Umut, in chat, because Umut's got his own mesh. Are the clothes, because I haven't looked at it that much, to be honest, I'm a naughty badger, are the clothes compatible with the normal Uma mesh, or are they only compatible with your Uma? You are pronouncing it quite okay, which is
I'll take that.
Which is a very polite way of saying, Ashexixi, you've ruined my name. Which is the only.
It won't be the first thing that I've butchered.
Yeah. Wow. A wizard would be great. You could call him Wizzo the Wizard.
Just generally, in life, a wizard would be great.
Maybe we should add a race creator wizard that will step everyone through the process of making new races from the existing one. Ooh! And I didn't even realise we got another celebrity in the chat.
You've got all the guys in here. You have Uma royalty in here. I mean, I'm the court jester of Uma. The guys you've got in that chat room there. These are the ones. These are the movers and shakers. The Illuminati of Uma, shall we say?
Right, give a massive hello to everyone in chat. To Jamie, who actually is one of these people that I would go onto the Slack channel and go, mate, buddy, pal, buddy of mine. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing.
You know, most of my videos are Jamie's knowledge. It's just, I'm going to reword that and claim that as my own.
Come on, I have no shame in that. All of my Uma videos are from you, like literally from you typing to me on Skype, whatever, me or Slack, me copying it down and then doing it while you're recording it while you're talking to me and me pretending that I know what I'm doing. There's even phrases that
why not?
You've written stuff to me in a phrase and I've just read it out verbatim. I'm pretending I know what I'm talking about. Another guy who I totally plagiarise, Kenamis, who Ken's in the chat, massive. Can someone give me an exclamation mark?
Look at these guys.
SO to Kenamis. I love. There's a lot of people that I love. I love Secret Anorak. I love Jamie. Madly in love with Kenamis. If anyone watched my video on how to get Uma working with realistic FPS prefab, that was all Ken. That was all Kenamis. And I've said that in the video, so I've actually, given him the props and the credits to that one.
See, these are the guys who are responsible for bringing DCS, which is the clothing system, to Uma, bringing the cloth physics, the actual ragdoll physics that's built in there now. These guys have dedicated so much of their time for nothing to making it something for everyone.
So got Jamie go, Kenamis got a madly.
We better give it deeply to Jamie.
Okay, Jamie, you got a deep, madly, truly, deeply. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So, Jamie, you can be deeply. Ken, you're madly, and Secret Anorak is
there
truly.
You go. There's that wee bit of Scottish. Where's my madly? Eh? I don't get no madly.
Watch yourself, wee laddie. You're not going to get a madly out of me at all. Alright, you wee fud. Hey.
Dear me. See, I've given him another reason to hate the English. Terrible. I don't know.
Oh.
There's Ken. Look, he's woken up. I did.
Hi. He's like, hi, it's me. Please don't mention my name. I'm going back into the cupboard now. Ken's lurking. Oh sure, now you show up. That's right. Now you get a shout out. Now you turn up. So talking about making Oomas, and I said there.
Oh God, please do something.
Do you know how I was at work, right? And we were in a meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone was giving their presentations, and I had to give a presentation. When I was doing my presentation, I didn't cough once. And when everyone else was giving theirs, I'm sitting there in the corner going, hack, hacking my lungs up, and everyone's just looking at me. And because
sabotage, basically,
pretty much. I have to say that it wasn't intentional. And then somebody just looked at me and was like, I wish you'd just die quickly and quietly. And I was like, oh, that's nice, isn't it?
Was it lovely?
That's polite. That's a nice way of treating your colleagues, isn't it? And it's when it's your boss that says that, you know you're in trouble.
Oh, hold on. Ah, there we go. Some refreshment there.
Oh, nice.
Oh, here it goes. I'll just pop the mic in there.
What? Is that Lucas?
No, it's the same colour, mate.
It's not we.
No, it's not.
There's only three things that I know are similar colour as Lucasade. Right? Iron Brew.
Right.
We. If you haven't
it
had
depends
enough,
how much Lucasade you've drunk.
If you haven't had enough water throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
And bad beer.
Right.
Which one is that? Which one are you drinking?
Let's call it bad beer. That's what I'm going to name it. Bad beer. Hey, look at this me driving blender.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Blender.
your videos keep going on about Blender.
I love me some Blender.
I can't get my head around that UI. What's that bloke got sticking out of his pants?
These are essential items. He needs them. Leave him be. Bless his cotton socks.
How can
this is one of Blender's special things it does with bones.
How can you get your head around it? I mean, I don't understand it.
Messy, really. It's do you know? Right, I'm going to go back again. I first came across Blender when I was a lad. Oh yes, it was back in when was it? Oh, I don't remember. Oh yes, I do remember. It was back in 1998, I believe. I first came across Blender, and then it was pretty much as it is now. But you couldn't do anywhere near as much, and it was awful. And it's a bit like Oooh, I suppose. You look at it and you think, I can't get into that. But if you keep digging and are persistent enough, you'll get it. I've used Max for years, 3D Studio Max, which is industry standard stuff. But
I like Max.
Well, yeah, but
if you're at university and you get hands on it for free and you don't have to pay for it while you're at uni.
Well, exactly. Being in teaching, I get it for nothing. But it's not something I could ever use. And Blender, I thought, if I'm going to do a new series, I've done old series showing people how to make Oomas using Max. Ridiculous. If you're going to use a free system like this, then you want to use something that's also free. So I was determined to learn Blender. And when you get into it, something clicks, just like you did with Oooh. Something clicks, and it's right, I get it. And it is a bit scattered. Things do go all over the place, but it can do some amazing things that Max can't even think of doing. Seriously, there's some things it handles in such a simple way that you think, God, why didn't everybody think of this? There are other things that really simple, that it handles in the most obscure 3,000 click process, but you can forgive it that for these few things that it's like, wow, what a toolbox this is. And the more you play with it, the more you find out it can do.
It's getting better. I'll give it that. It's getting better.
I mean, the new version's a massive overhaul, which I don't like. I've learned how to use the complex, horrible version. Leave it be. I think 2.8 that's coming out looks like a huge change in that UI, the bit that people hate.
That's the thing, though, isn't it? If change has got to make it easier for the new people to come to it, but the existing people who have been using it now, they don't have the ability to flick a switch and go back to the old UI. You're alienating your existing, but you're getting more new people coming.
I think they're still going to support 2.7.9, the current version, for a long, long time. I really do, because again, it's still in its infancy, this 2.8. It's going to be a good couple of years down the line before that really is stable and works with everything. But it is really quite impressive when you look at it. I encourage anybody to persist and try to get into Blender, because even if it's as an additional tool, because there's some things in there that will just blow you away.
But Jamie's saying that he got used to it in about a day, and he says Blender 2.8 is heads and tails above the previous version. Not just a little bit, heads and tails.
You see, that's the thing, Jamie. I rely on a lot of little plugins, which don't currently work with 2.8. And God, there are so many amazing plugins out there that do some wonderful stuff.
That's the thing, though. That's probably what makes it usable for you, that you've moved from Max over to Blender. And Gegaball was much like myself, and him saying, I never understood Blender. Controls were crap. I wanted to try and put a family-friendly word for crap, but crap's okay. And counterintuitive. You had to search forever to do something because all was set on shortcuts.
Yeah, there is a lot of that. You can find it. It's in the interface somewhere, but yeah, you need to be Sherlock Holmes to find a lot of things. I will admit that.
Crazy Weasel Games says, I grew up on SolidWorks and 3ds Max. The workflow in Blender is insanity. Laura's astounded. Jamie, a day? Really? Wow, I'm still going to use it. I am from using, I don't know if anyone remembers, Imagine. So, Imagine 3D. Does anyone remember that? And that was
the wind blowing.
That was exactly. So that's an old Amiga-based 3D application.
I do remember that.
There you go. And the Windows, the DOS version came out. No, I think when the Windows version did come out. The Windows 95 version, I think, came out eventually. But the other one was True 3D or something like that, which had NURBS.
NURBS. Oh.
Do you remember that?
Oh, yes. Non-uniform rational B-splines. Who can't forget that? It's wonderful. We loved them. They're still around, aren't they, NURBS?
So that's and Lightwave.
Right.
And Lightwave, as everyone knows, was used with video toasters to make one of the greatest TV series of all time.
Don't say it. There's never 5 in it, does it? Don't say it.
It does.
It's your channel. Say what you want.
Oh, come on! You didn't love Babylon 5. You didn't love Babylon 5. They also did. I
like the little spaceships with the
spider ones. They looking. The shadow crafts.
Not them things. The human ones with the.
Oh yeah.
On one on each corner, so they could spin round. I thought that was rather cool.
And the elvish, obviously elven inspired space.
Knobbly headed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because you had the knobbly headed people to get in every.
See, my wife never watched it, right? And when we left the UK, and we were living up in the mountains, all she had to watch, because we didn't have access to decent internet, so she had my hard drives full of all my old recordings, right? Back in the day when you would have VHS and you would be converting all your VHS to as soon as you got yourself a computer. And she sat and binged watched Babylon 5 with me, and she got into it. She really did. The whole like Mr. Garibaldi and his biscuits, all of them. She couldn't get into the spin-offs, but no, I converted her, and I feel like I could convert you as well.
I'm possibly being a little bit disingenuous. Shadow Wars intrigued me a little bit. So I did watch it. Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Zathras watch. Yes.
There was another one that was done on the Amiga. It was Space Above and Beyond or something like that. I think it was called.
I never watched that one.
So I watched that one to see what the tricks and stuff they did, but to see if I could do that in my bedroom with a 4 megabyte Amiga. Oh, good old days. Yeah. So coming to Blender is a completely alien world to me. I'm like trying to work out anything, and as they're saying, if you don't know the shortcuts, then you're up a creek without a shortcut.
But
Jimmy says you don't have to remember shortcuts anymore. There are menus and context menus for everything. Seriously, they're cleaned up. Oh wow!
The new one's very, very special. It will be something fabulous when they finished it. It's Blender grows up by the looks of it.
Nice.
So there you go. So I think I resent it because it makes all of my lovely videos defunct. I spent ages learning this. You will learn it too.
If I had to suffer so much, you.
Exactly. It is bitterness, basically. That's it. It's funny though, isn't it? It goes back to that thing I said near the start of, I always wanted to make games, and it's only when you actually try, and you realise that your ambition far outstrips your ability, that it kind of hurts. I think my problem is I've always wanted to do everything. I want to do everything. I want to code. I want to do the art. I want to do the sound.
You want to write the theme tune, sing the theme tune.
Exactly. And it's the thing is when you think, making a character model, how hard can that be? Huh? And you sit down, you think, I'm going to learn this Blender malarkey. You start to do that. You start creating a character, and you think, God, this is hard. There's a lot to this. And then you learn about digital sculpting, and then you suddenly realise why you have people who are digital artists, and that's all they do. They're a specialist. They do that because that's enough. That can consume your life. That would be everything. You have people who code, and that's all they do. And they're very, very good at it. And you sort of suddenly, when you get to my age, and you look back and wonder why you haven't done anything. It's because you tried to do everything. So now I do Uma.
But that's the thing, though, is there's a lot of people that are bedroom programmers, and they either have tried to find a team to work in, and something's happened in that, it hasn't worked out. There's a lot of teams out there that a lot of people in their bedrooms start working together, they fall out, or the ideas don't work, or they get jobs, or they get married, and then you've got other people who don't like working with other people, and they want to do everything themselves. But a lot of these projects, at the end of the day, come down to one guy or gal in their bedroom trying to do everything. It can be done, but that's what the asset store's there for as well, so you don't need to.
Oh, can I just answer Son Goku? Is it Son Goku 10C?
Yeah, please do.
Yeah. Can you make a tutorial how to create a Khajiit? Do I need to? You should. You should be able to work that out. In fact, to make a Khajiit, all you've got to do is swap that head, haven't you? So if you can create some sort of new head and rig it with the bones, you don't even have to change your race, do you? You could add that as a slot to a standard Uma.
Oh.
And that's the beauty of Uma. You don't have to go all this way into it. Yeah, we can stick a tail on there. Slots. So, which are items of clothing, effectively. He's saying, sorry, I'm answering this without explaining what I'm answering. He says, also, I mean with a tail. Yeah, we could stick an item of clothing on that has its own bones in. So you treat the tail as an item of clothing, add the bones to it. stick something like what's that? Dynamic bone, is it that asset that everybody owns from the asset store that makes things wiggle?
Yeah.
Dynamic bone.
You
Lovely simple thing.
you can make a lot of things wiggle with that.
Mr. D. You said you were a family show.
I was talking about hair
tonight, haven't we? Eh?
Hang on. Let me find a link. That's talking about hair, man. Hair. Making hair wiggle.
Yeah, you do that too. So yes, Son Goku, it's again, if you have extra bones, they're not part of making them. You'd have to animate them yourselves, but you can just add them to a slot and glue them onto any old Uma. It will work. Do you know? I may have to explain that. I keep threatening to do it with wings and tails and things, so perhaps we'll do that, Son Goku. That might be one of my next projects.
Oh, I thought I did a video on dynamic bones, but I did one on vertex motion instead.
Sorry, what was that?
I thought I did a video on dynamic bones, but I did one on vertex motion instead.
Dynamic bones, dead easy. It's really, really easy. It's lovely. That's probably why everyone owns it.
And it's cheap-ish, relatively.
Well, it's pennies, isn't it?
Well, that's the other question I was going to ask. What is your view on getting asset store things rather than making it yourself? Because you, as you say, you want to be a jack of all trades.
Do you know I'm the wrong person to ask? We should be sat in a circle right now, and I should be saying, "Hello, my name's Bob." That's my real name, by the way, not my made-up name. My name's Bob, and I've got a problem because hi.
We've actually got that already in our Discord.
There you go.
So how much did you spend? Go straight to it.
I'm an asset store addict. In the past, I've bought almost everything. It's something I've done always. Back in the day when I messed around with Dark Basic. Anyone remember Dark Basic? I hoovered up every asset they released, and yeah, Unity saw me coming, didn't they? every little thing. Oh yes, I want to make a platformer. Right, Corgi Engine, we'll have that.
I did that. That was last week.
Yeah,
I bought that.
Oh, it's superb. I love that.
Yeah, but the thing is,
I don't know, but
you perpetuate it as well, because in Discord you said to me, "Hey Messi, did you get Corgi? You really should. It's great."
You were asking what should I buy, so don't blame me. You're the master of your own destiny, young man. Don't you? No, it's not my fault.
The answer should have been nothing, Messi. You should buy nothing. You should be happy with what you've got.
I think, to answer your question of what is my opinion on the asset store, I think it is a wonderful resource. So easy if you approach it without direction, to think, "Ooh, I'll have that. Ooh, that looks good. I'll have that." Ooh, and there's thousands of really amazing assets out there that can do all sorts. But if you approach it without focus, you will just hoover them up. I think you've got to hold yourself back and think, "Will I use that? Will I use that?" Oh, you've got to maybe buy for a project, but don't just, "Oh, there's a sale. I'll have that, and that." Because you end up with an asset store when you go to my purchases that takes like half an hour to load up. It's not good.
I'm actually blaming Unity for the fact that when I'm inside Unity and I try to download things from the asset store, it doesn't open that window properly. I don't blame the fact that I've got over 1,000 things listed in there.
There you go. So we are sat in that circle around that table. And you're crying now as I'm telling my story to you. I feel you, man. I feel you. I wonder how many people in chat suffer from the same cry.
Is Yolan in? Yep, Yolan's in. Yolan, raise your hand. We've got Captain Murphy's he's not in the chat today. Fresh Meat's come in just as we're talking about using the credit card too much. Good timing, mate. The good thing is that you only have to buy the good things one time. Yes and
Yeah,
no.
tell
Yes.
that to Opsiv. Huh?
And I was going to say, okay, you've got Opsiv. How are you in chat, Opsiv? Are you in chat? Okay, he does come into does watch the stream. He does pop in every now and again.
Sorry.
He stopped coming in when everyone was like, I don't understand this upgrade model. Why am I buying the same thing like 3 or 4 times? Then you've got, which I only found out about yesterday.
To be fair to Opsiv, he has created something new out of what he had before. He's completely rewritten it. So let's not wail on poor Opsiv
well,
here.
but yes,
I can understand why people think like that.
Yes and no.
He needs to put a 2 on the end of it.
Because
it'll be okay.
You've got, because we're talking about Opsiv right now. You've got the
I need to address
FPS
Gigabell in a moment, but go on.
Yeah, you've got the FPS one. You've got the third-person one. You've got the ultimate one, but then you've got more than one FPS one. So it's confusing. He had a diagram. He had a diagram showing how they all interact with each other, and even that didn't really help. So it just needs to be clearer. I understand that they need to be making money. It's a business, but
yeah,
there's things I don't know.
The funny thing is, I mean, I take a bit more of an altruistic view to this. I mean, Gigabell in chat there said I stopped buying and try to do it all myself. Do you know what? I'd kind of agree and disagree completely with that. Character controllers. I've looked at Opsiv stuff. I've looked at Ooty's stuff. I looked at Invector. So I've got them all, obviously, and all the add-on packs for all of them as well. And I've studied deeply how these work, because if you really want to make them work, you can't just use them. You've got to dig in there and work it out. And I've ended up learning so much about how they work from each of them, and thinking, do you know, if I could just mash these together, I'd have the perfect controller that did exactly what I wanted, which is what I did. So, like Gigabell says, I ended up writing my own, but I would never ever have been able to do it without studying those asset store items. So whether you use them or not, if they're a quality item, you can learn an awful lot from them.
Laura's done some videos where she's showing Uma in her project with her NPCs, which was outstanding as well. NPCs at the market stalls on her fantasy MMO RPG game. Yeah, you got beaten by the bot. Bot just give you a slap.
At whatregames.com, there it is.
There you go. Where's the video links? It's on YouTube. Hang on. I'll stick it in. There.
Did you know I've never seen this? I want to see this.
You've never seen this?
No.
Okay.
Why
This is the water games. Unity. That's not what we came here to look at. That's naughty. People. Stop telling me what I want to search for. There you go. There's Ryan's Ice. There's Ryan's Ice again. Look, barbarians. What's she getting up to? So let me give you the old bang. So here we are. Here they are. Oh, Uma.
So the Ripple wipe did it for me.
I know. God, I know you love transitional wipes.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Bom. Where's the one with all the people talking? Look, Uma here.
Well, hello, Uma.
We have been moving and working with atavism, so nothing really new. Old stuff. I create that for a talk at a Unity user group.
I remember that. Yes.
I've never been invited to an Uma user group. Here it is.
I wasn't invited. I just remember her preparing for it. God, no, they wouldn't invite riffraff like me along.
Here they are. Look at them. Look at them. So how many Oomas have you got going in a scene? Because you telling me before, Secret Anorak, sir, that Ooma originally was done for MMOs. So you've got loads of Oomas running around your world.
This is exactly what it's for.
But really, because anecdotal evidence I have from other people telling me that as soon as they start shoving a load of Oomas in their scenes, the FPS starts to crawl and they have nothing but problems.
But then they're doing it wrong, aren't they?
So what's the most that you've got away with? I love that answer. What's the most that you've got away with?
I would say 100. I've managed to get 100 working reasonably well.
In a small confined area that is visible?
Yep. Yep.
Wow. Okay. That's quite a lot.
It is.
To be honest.
There's LODs involved in that, and there's,
Laura's done 50. Look, Yolen's I've done it wrong clearly. Yolen, how many did you have and you started having problems? Less with will clothing though. You need to use the LOD component.
You've got to be careful.
Damn, he started to break down for Yolen when he had around 10. So Yolen, were you using the LODs? You got 50 in this scene. The FPS looks alright.
Yeah.
Gigabyte had 15 at best.
Again, this is it. It's polycount. It's polycount and textures.
So the one with Will clothing and 50, so I was happy. You need to do a video then showing us what we're doing wrong, how we can have large scenes with 50, 100 NPCs walking around and without killing our frame rate.
Let me write this down. How many videos do I need to make? Will I stop when I get to 200? Do you think? No,
I don't know.
I'll never stop. No, I would. It's a good experiment. I have definitely had 100 running. I can remember an old card I had. It ran out of texture memory when I got to 30.
They have to be clothed though. They have to be clothed. Now you've got me stuck in a song. Don't stop, never give up. Hold your hands high and reach the top.
Good. So is this a challenge?
This is a challenge.
No,
this is an Ooma challenge.
Yolen's saying I should stop at 100 videos. We're up to 144 at the moment, so... Sorry, Tiger.
It means 100 more.
Oh, I see.
Do something like a Jedi versus a T-Rex. What?
Is that just... Yes. I'm going to say yes.
Well, that was it for another live dev interview. I hope you had fun and enjoyed yourselves. You too can take part if you pop over every Fridays and Saturdays at orderws.twitch.tv/themessycoder 9 PM GMT time. If you want to know what it is in your time zone, use Google. So don't forget to all of your friends and neighbours. If you do like it, click it. Till next time. If you want to see more of my crazy videos, click on the left side of your screen now. And down below, there's that big juicy subscribe button, and right next to it is the magic bell that if you click it, it will tell you if I've got a new video coming out. Till next time.